Hey lovelies! Now, if there's one thing I know after so many years of making videos for this channel, it's that you guys love your meal prep. So this year, to help get you back to school and back to work, I am sharing loads and loads and loads of healthy meal prep ideas to make you the envy of the lunchroom. Today, I've got 5 wonderful new ideas I think you're going to adore, starting with this amazing shrimp and edamame salad. I love this meal prep because it can be enjoyed cold, straight out of the fridge, so you don't need to worry about reheating it. Now, the real star of this salad is a miso sesame dressing that once you make once, you're going to want to pour on everything, or at least I did. To make this delicious dressing, I'm starting with some soy sauce in my bowl. To that, I am adding some sesame oil, some rice vinegar, a good drizzle of honey or agave would work here as well, a little bit of freshly grated ginger, and finally, some miso paste. Now, if you're not familiar with miso paste, it can usually be found in the same section as the refrigerated tofu. I love it in a dressing like this because it's got a wonderful umami flavor, which is sort of this savory, meaty flavor, although it is totally vegetarian. Once you've got your miso paste in your bowl, you can mix this all together, and what you end up with is this perfectly balanced dressing that's a little sweet, a little savory, and a little bit tart. What is not to love about that? Now that our dressing is made, it's time to turn our attention to our salad. The base for this salad is going to be some shelled edamame. Now, I usually find this in the frozen food aisle at my supermarket. I basically just steam it or boil it for 2 to 3 minutes to help it reheat, and it is ready to be used. To that, I'm going to add lots of crunch. So I've got some cucumber headed in here, as well as some radish, 2 of my favorite things. I'm also adding some cooked shrimp. If you wanted to swap the shrimp out in this recipe and add some firm tofu instead, that would also be really good. Both are great options. Now that my salad's all mixed together, I am ready to assemble my meal prep box. We are going to get started by laying down some cooked brown rice. Then we will pile on our beautiful crunchy salad and finish this off with our dressing on the side. And there you have it, a cool, crisp, crunchy, satisfying salad that I think you guys will adore. Next, I've got another amazing, super satisfying salad for you guys that is perfect for all the vegetarians out there. It's my grilled vegetable salad, and I can't get enough of it. To start, I'm going to be whipping up a really simple dressing. All I'm going to do is combine some olive oil with some balsamic vinegar, a little bit of honey, which you can swap in for agave if you want to keep this vegan. I'm also adding a touch of Dijon mustard to this with some salt and pepper, and I'm just going to give it a good whisk. Simple enough, set it aside. Next, we're just going to prepare our veggies for the grill. In this case, I'm using a combination of zucchini, eggplant, bell pepper, and red onion. I'm going to toss those in a little bit of vegetable oil, some Italian seasoning, and some salt and pepper. We're going to keep things really, really simple. Then I'm just going to fire my grill pan up on the stove, but if you can do this on a barbecue, even better. We'll grill our veggies until they start to soften up and they have nice char marks on all sides. Then we can just remove them from the heat and allow them to cool completely before we give them a quick chop. Then it's time to assemble our salad. Now, for the base of this salad, I am using some finely chopped kale. I know a lot of us have sort of a love-hate relationship with kale, but kale is so hearty, it's perfect for meal prep because it can hold up in a dressing for 2 or 3 days, as opposed to softer greens, which sometimes tend to wilt. Once I've got a layer of kale in my meal prep box, I'm actually going to add half my dressing directly to it. That way it softens up and gets a bit more palatable. Next, I'm going to layer in a whole lot of deliciousness, starting with those amazing grilled red peppers. Then I'm going to add my zucchini to this. For some much needed protein in this dish, I'm adding some canned white beans that have been rinsed and drained. I've got some eggplant headed in, and finally my grilled onion. I'll top this off with my remaining dressing, and then guys, this deliciousness can be stored in the fridge for up to 3 days. How great is that? Next, lovelies, for something a little heartier, we are making a homemade chicken chow mein, and you actually won't believe how easy it is to do. I'm going to start by boiling my chow mein noodles. So I've got a nice big pot of water heating up on the stove. I'm going to pour my noodles in, and the great part about chow mein noodles is they actually cook up in 2 to 3 minutes. So super fast, super easy. As soon as they've softened up, I'm going to drain them and set them aside while I get to work on making the sauce for my chow mein. This yummy sauce is just a combination of chicken broth, soy sauce, oyster sauce, and some honey. We'll whisk that all together and set it aside while we fire up our skillet. I'm just going to get some sesame oil heated up, and to that I'm going to add some boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I've just chopped into pieces. I'll let that chicken cook up until it is nicely brown and golden on all sides. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some shallot to my pan. As soon as that shallot has become fragrant, I'll go ahead and add my finely chopped cabbage to my pan, as well as some shredded carrot. We'll let those soften up for another 1 to 2 minutes before adding our chow mein noodles, our bean sprouts, and of course, all of that amazing sauce. We'll give this all a good toss so it's well coated in that sauce and let it cook up for another 2 to 3 minutes. And guys, it's as easy as that. I like serving this in my meal prep box with some steamed green beans on the side and some green onion and sesame seeds for garnish. How pretty. Guys, this one is sure to be a hit. You will definitely want to chow on this main. Seriously. Next, lovelies, I've got an absolutely irresistible vegan meal prep idea that you are going to adore. They're my fresh rainbow rolls, and I love serving them with the most incredible spicy mango chili sauce. Really, really easy to make, but super, super delicious, and actually more filling than you might think. We'll start by whipping up our chili sauce in our blender. Basically, it's just a combination of some beautiful fresh mango, cilantro, some chili pepper, a little bit of agave, and the zest and juice of 1 lime. I'll pop the lid on my blender and give it a quick buzz, and it's that simple. This dressing obviously makes an amazing dip, but it also is great over a salad. So go ahead and make a little extra. You will not regret it. Then we will turn our attention to our rainbow rolls, which I always find look really intimidating, but when you finally make them yourself, you'll see how simple they are to put together. They all start with some rice paper, which can usually be found in the international aisle at most supermarkets. What I like to do is soak my rice paper for between 10 and 15 seconds in some lukewarm water. You'll know it's ready when it becomes soft and pliable. Then I like to just lay it out on a cutting board while I pile in my fruits and veggies. It's important to make sure they are really finely chopped. That way you get a little bit in every bite. I've got some cabbage, some cucumber, some red bell pepper, some nice ripe mango, and some shredded carrot heading into these. Then I'm just going to take one end, fold it over my filling, wrap the sides in, and then keep rolling until everything is nice and snug. I'll continue to do that a few more times, and then I will just arrange these in my meal prep box. I like serving them with a side of steamed edamame pods and of course my mango chili sauce. What a pretty way to get your lunch on. Hard to believe it's basically just salad wrapped up. Finally today, I am making a really simple Salsa Verde chicken meal prep that has a ton of great crunch and texture, which is why I cannot get enough of it. Now, to make my Salsa Verde chicken, I'm actually cheating with store-bought Salsa Verde, but of course you can always make your own. I will link a recipe in the description box below if you want to do so. For this, I'm actually just using some cooked shredded chicken and tossing it in that Salsa Verde. It's really that simple. Next, to prepare my cilantro lime rice, I've got some cooked white rice, and I'll just add a little bit of chopped cilantro, some lime zest and juice, and some salt and pepper, and give that a stir. Then it's time to make a super sweet and crunchy corn salsa. It starts, of course, with some cooked corn kernels. To that, I'm adding some very finely chopped cucumber, a little bit of minced red onion, some cilantro, some cumin, some salt and pepper, and the zest and juice of 1 lime. We'll give this a toss and then get our box assembled, combining our corn salsa with that amazing cilantro lime rice, and finally adding that tasty Salsa Verde chicken. I'll top that with just a little more Salsa Verde for good measure, and serve this up with some fresh lime wedges. Guys, trust me, this is a lunch of champions. It's basically like a deconstructed burrito. Winner. Lovelies, I hope you found all 5 of these ideas inspiring and that they help you step up your lunch game this season. If you give any of them a try, be sure to tweet me, Instagram me, or Snapchat me a photo because I always love seeing your kitchen creations. Keep in mind, these 5 recipes plus 25 more amazing meal prep ideas are now available on thedomesticgeek.com, so you can download them all in one handy dandy PDF and have them forever and ever and ever. And finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because there is lots more deliciousness where this came from.